वनक्कम, मैं हैदर अली सैयद SivaM से United under Tamil Shiva.
SivaM, SivaN and the beasts. See they not how many a generation we destroyed before them, whom we had established in the earth more firmly than we have established you. And we shed on them abundant showers from the sky, and made the rivers flow beneath them. Yet we destroyed them for their sins, and created after them another generation. This verse is from Quran chapter 6 verse 6, giving a brief information from the timeline from Adam to Noah in a 3 simple points. Come, let's understand and ponder this verse, which has 3 points. Let's ponder and see how deep and far this 3 points takes us. Point 1. See they not how many a generation we destroyed before them, whom we had established in the earth more firmly than we have established you. Point 2. And we shed on them abundant showers from the sky, and made the rivers flow beneath them. Point 3. Yet we destroyed them for their sins, and created after them another generation. Let's understand point 3 first, which says, Yet we destroyed them for their sins, and created after them another generation. Modern science says, by the time Homo sapiens arrived on the scene some 300,000 years ago, we were the 9th Homo species, joining habilis, erectus, rudolfensis, heidelbergensis, floresiensis, neanderthalensis, naledi, and luzonensis. But as per creation concept, human generation can be divided into 2 groups: before the deluge and after the deluge. After them another generation means, remember, before deluge human were tall in height and average age was more than 1000 years. Animals and species too were big as per ratio proportion to human of that time. After deluge human height reduced, so did the lifespan, and animals and other species too reduced as per ratio proportion. So there are no dinosaur nor there are 8 types of human before us. Quran is self-explanatory. Let's start Earth story before the deluge. Quran chapter 49 verse 13, it reminds about common ancestry, meaning from Adam Eve whole mankind came. The verse further says, from Adam Eve, their children divided into ranks, shubav, departments of work, professions or caste. As the population of each rank increased, they made another colony called tribes or Gotaram. Quran further says to identify by caste and Gotaram. Every caste, ranks, Gotaram have their Kuldevam. Kuldevam means ancestral get-together and sacrifices of animals. Quran reminds about this act in Quran chapter 22 verse 34, and for every nation have we appointed a sacrifice ritual, that they may mention the name of God over the beast of cattle that he hath given them for food, and your God is one God, therefore surrender unto him, and give good tidings to the humble. Makkah, an animal sacrifice at Mina, is ancestral get-together for bloodline of Abraham. Remember, in SivaM Kuldevam, ancestral get-together and sacrifices of animals is one of the foundation of SivaM principles. Quran reminds about SivaM principles and about Tamil tradition. How to identify mankind by caste, tribes, Gotaram or by faith. I quote Quran chapter 49 is to 13. O mankind! Indeed we have created you from male and female and made you ranks of peoples and tribes that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is knowing and aware. Every colony has many ranks or department of works professions. Like one we see in kemites tradition, the question comes, who is the administrator of that mother colony? Who holds the rank of administration? Quran chapter 2 verse 30 reminds about the administrator who holds the position of SivaN. SivaN mean God representative on the earth. SivaM means God omnipotent. I quote from Quran chapter 2 verse 30, and When your Lord said to the angels, "Indeed, I will make upon the earth a successive authority," they said, "Will you place upon it one who causes corruption therein and sheds blood, while we declare your praise and sanctify you?" God said, "Indeed, I know that which you do not know." After reading this verse from Quran, one can ask questions as to how angels knew that mankind would shed blood and turmoil on the earth. Do angels have the knowledge of unseen? Remember, angels do not have knowledge of unseen. The reason why angels said that mankind would shed blood and turmoil on the earth is that before human, God had created demon race from fire, and like human too, demon have free will. With free will, demon used to shed blood among themselves, and sometime demon used to destroy angels. The story about demon and angels in Bible and the story of Rakshasa living in Patal Lok and Dev living in Devlok is mentioned in Indian holy text. Rakshasa means demon. Patal Lok means abode of demon somewhere in space. Dev means angels. Devlok means abode of angels somewhere in space. Quran chapter 2 verse 30 confirms about vicegerent or SivaN. SivaN mean God representative on the earth. Remember, among mankind God has appointed certain bloodline, from which there would rise certain man in every age who would set the balance whenever there is decline in truth. Quran chapter 3 verse 33 to 34 gives the list from whose bloodline would come and set the balance. I quote Quran chapter 3 verse 33 to 34. Indeed, God chose Adam, Noah, the family of Abraham, and the family of Imran above all people. They are descendants of one another. And Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. Remember Noah from bloodline to Seth. Seth is the third son of Adam. Seth holds the position of administration in Kemites tradition. Is Seth, Siva the first Siddhar and first Pandyan mentioned in Tamil tradition? Yes, Seth is Siva of Tamil tradition who hold the rank of first Siddhar and first Pandyan of the mother colony. Quran chapter 2 verse 30 confirms Tamil tradition which says Siva the first Pandyan. The SivaN. SivaN mean God representative on the earth. Quran chapter 96 verse 1 to 5 confirms Tamil tradition which says Siva the first Siddhar whom God taught by pen, giving him information on all subjects. Quran chapter 5 verse 27 reminds about the story of Adam's two sons, Cain and Abel. Quran chapter 1 verse 6 to 7 talks about straight path given to first Siddhar Siva alias Seth the Blessed One. Further, that verse talks about bloodline of Cain who are facing their ancestral karma. Remember bloodline of Cain living as hunter-gatherer Cain Abel society in icy region. As Cain was cursed and banished from cradle to civilization, from mother colony, as Cain murdered Abel. Cain the first antichrist meaning first anti-spiritual man. The same verse further talks about a straight people referring to bloodline of Abraham who left straight path given to first Siddhar and joined secret society called Mitraism, thus strayed from the path. As a punishment, children of Israel become a scattered nation. Note, similarities between bloodline of Cain and bloodline of Jacob, Yaqub. Cain killed Abel while children of Israel history starts with 10 brothers conspiring to kill one of their brother. Cain become restless wanderer on the earth while bloodline of Jacob become a scattered nation. One is cursed and other is chosen. But both are the helpers of each other and they are enemies of SivaM and SivaN, that is they are enemy of SivaGam and they are the enemy of first Siddhar and first Pandyan. They just want to end old world order to the Pandyan and replace it with new world order as per Mitraism doctrine and policies. That's why like Cain who become restless wanderer on the earth, bloodline of Jacob become a called scattered nation. landless people destroying the peace and balance of the son of soil with the fake religious organization under different philosophy and fake preachers trying to convert the son of soil to their policies of Mitraism. I quote Quran chapter 1 verse 6 to 7. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed favor. Favor 1 referring to Siva. Not of those who have evoked God anger, referring to Cain the first son of Adam, or of those who are astray. Astrayed 1 are children of Israel from bloodline of Abraham. Remember Abraham whom God tested and appointed him. See Quran chapter 2 verse 1 to 4. I quote. When Abraham was tested by his Lord with certain commandments, which he fulfilled, God said, I will certainly make you into a role model for his offspring. Abraham asked, what about my offspring? God replied, my covenant is not extended to the wrongdoers among Abraham's offspring. Now we once again return back to Quran chapter 6 verse 6. Now we would discuss and ponder on point 1. See they not how many a generation we destroyed before them, whom we had established in the earth more firmly than we have established you. This points indicating that previous generation were more advanced than this current generation. Who established that advanced civilization? God taught by pen giving Siva all information on all subjects. Later Siva alias Seth taught one subjects to other children of Adam. With the information and guidance from God to his representative Siva. Siva established the first Pandyan Sangam, which was an advanced civilization with technology which modern science dream of achieving it. So this point from Quran chapter 6 verse 6 clearly says that this modern science is a peanut compared to first Pandyan Sangam. Modern science could not digest the idea of SivaM and SivaN, that is the idea of God and his representative on the earth Siva the Pandyan. So they are trying to say that Siva is an alien. Prior to alien version of Siva by modern science. The same Siva the representative on earth appointed by God was portrayed as a Ghori, as a hunter-gatherer Cain Abel man living somewhere in Himalayas by the barbaric nomads who came from Caucasus mountain. Who is Siva? Siva is Seth the third son of Black Adam speaking Tamil language. Siva happens to be God representative on the earth. Siva the first Siddhar and first Pandyan. Siva established first Pandyan Sangam at Kumari Kandam. Remember, since Cain the first Antichrist, coming of Antichrist means bloodline of Cain entering the Pandyan colonies after the deluge. The first migration of nomads barbaric people from bloodline of Antichrist Cain entered Iranian plateau around 3000 BC. Tamil scholars gave Sanskrit a written form and civilized those Cain Abel society. Later 1500 BC Caucasian settlers started a secret society called Mitraism, whose agenda is to kill the bull which means end our SivaGam principles and end Pandyan administration, which gives power to all castes professions. Warning of Antichrist coming is prophesied by all prophets including Sri Krishna. Quran chapter 11 verse 48 confirms Sri Krishna prophecy of greater Kalyugam. Remember, in Pandyan colonies before deluge there was age of good administration. That phase is called Satyugam. When age of bad administration, that phase is called Kalyugam. Among bloodline of Cain they tell their history as 4 yugas or 4 ages, how from ice age they become civilized. After deluge around 5000 BC Sri Krishna prophesied about greater Kalyugam, which means a long period of bad administration. Bible Daniel chapter 7 talks about 4 beastly regime who would prolong the greater Kalyugam. I quote Quran chapter 11 verse 48. It was said, Noah, disembark with our peace and with blessings upon you and upon those who are with you, referring to Noah's 3 sons, Ham, Sham, Japheth. There are also people whom we shall allow to enjoy themselves for a while. And then a painful chastisement from us shall afflict them. There are also people whom we shall allow to enjoy themselves for a while, and then a painful chastisement from us shall afflict them. This line mentioned in Quran reminds about Pandyan colonies who built great civilization from Anatolia, Mesopotamia, river, Iranian plateau, Baluchistan, Indus Valley civilization on so on. Later Pandyan colonies would face a painful torment indicating about greater Kalyugam which Sri Krishna prophesied after Mahabharat war. Mahabharat war is an internal war among the Pandyan colonies. This war has got nothing to do with Caucasian skin color people from bloodline of Cain. Mahabharat war, it's a melanated people internal war which they fought with advanced weapon. Radioactive material found in Tel Abu Harera civilization, now Syria, and Mohenjo-Daro, now Pakistan, indicating about the nuclear blast which destroyed the civilization. Now we go back to point 2 of Quran chapter 6 verse 6. Point 2. And we shed on them abundant showers from the sky, and made the rivers flow beneath them. This verse is describing Kumari Kandam, the mother colony with backwaters flowing under their feet, and indicating that Kumari Kandam was a group of islands. On doing research one can find many civilizations submerged underwater. Remember, even Antarctica was once a green fertile land. Let's read one more verse from Quran chapter 30 verse 22. And of his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth and the diversity of your languages and colors. Indeed there are signs in this for the wise. Language and color. Indeed there are signs in this for the wise. From this verse one can ask what was the color of first human and what was their language? Quran chapter 15 verse 26 confirms Tamil tradition which says first human black. Regarding language, Tamil is the first human language. Even God language and heavenly language is Tamil. Oral form of Tamil language taught to Adam. See Quran chapter 2 verse 3. Written form of Tamil taught to Siva alias Sate. See Quran chapter 96 verse 1 to 5. With this we can say Quran reminds about our SivaM principles which SivaM gave to his representative on the earth Siva the Pandyan. Any doubts? Please ask question and do like, share, comment. If you want to discuss please join me at Clubhouse app room SivaM first Siddha.
Vanakkam. Thank you.